Welcome back from the break, ladies and gents. We're in a match now between the Los Angeles Valiant and the Philadelphia Fusion. Philadelphia Fusion currently up 1-0, and the Valiant still looking for an answer, Hex.
Yeah, it's been very difficult to pin down a lot of the issues of the Valiant. I guess the overarching thing, it seems like communication. And then the communication leads to not a whole team engaging on the same target, not a whole team disengaging on the same route. And when you're playing 3-3, any death you lose is brutal, and it's really hard to clutch it on the way back. You can't just have somebody go off and take down 3 kills. That's just not how 3-3 ends up working in the current meta. So it's really all about communications. When are we getting in? When are we getting out? And it does not seem like the Valiant are still on the same page there. It will be tested as our next map is Numbani.
Indeed it is, as you guys can see on your screen. Numbani, and it's going to be Philadelphia Fusion starting out on the defense, Los Angeles Valiant on the offense. You got to work together on this point, Hex. This is a tough one to crack. You've got a long way to run from spawn if you were to die, if you were to lose the fight. Oh, hi, guys. And then, you know, we're going to get into the thick of things here. Los Angeles Valiant. Time to head out. Let's see what they're capable of. It's not going to be much of a change of strategy. In fact, not at all. Fate's going to be on the Winston. No surprise to see Sato on the Winston as well, and this is the great Winston spot. You cleave him as they come out through the doorway, and you just get primal at the end of like a minute.
That's the plan anyway, but Fate's going to go at the other side of things. He tries to get up on the jump, and he gets knocked down, so now they don't have their main tank with them. Fate's going to have to retreat, but they've lost Kariv. The win fight percentage when you lose your Zarya first is still below 10%. You just don't win fights when you lose Zarya first.
It's almost as if you've already touched on this, Hex, you know, as if there was a lack of damage in these comps.
Yes, it is.
Zarya happens to be a big source of damage.
It's not only the damage, it gives you the utility so that if your Winston jumps up, you can hit him with that protected barrier and he can't really get displaced as much. So just a tough opening shot there from the Valiant. They're not going to try the same thing twice, so at least not trying the definition of insanity. Although Fate looks like he wants to lurk around on the top down here. You can see a silhouette to the far right of your screen. He's trying it again.
Yeah, he's going to try and leap into the squishes here on the backside. He does. Nice little displacement there as well, but they're doing a good job of sticking together here, Philly Fusion. Sato with the cleave, just raking it in right now. As far as Primal is concerned, we've got the trance used out by Izayaki, but do they get anything out of this here, Valiant?
Well, they both sides use the Transcendence, but Sato's going to find the kill on Izayaki, and now there's no Discord, there's no real damage healer. Sato's just going to go for style points. That's stylish. Agility's off the edge. There goes Space on a reset. Voluntary off the edge there. That is a hold again for Philadelphia's defense.
Turns out Sato was a magician all along.
You know, I wouldn't mind if they tried this a third time, and I know that sounds a little bit silly, but now Fate has his Primal Rage. So he can Primal up there and start knocking them off. The problem is he's rotated over there, and they've been ready for it every time. EQO with the big brain plays has been over there to bash him the moment he lands.
Yep, there's Space clearing the way. Sato instantly jumps back in, can't get displaced because of the bubble. Now the grab goes in, and there it is! The big plays from Fusion. Just chucking the ults, and they don't even care.
Well, the good thing for the Valiant, let's bright side this.
Okay.
They do have 4 ultimates to go, and Kuki's going to get there soon enough. Defensively, there's not a lot for them to use, so Neptuno has to be able to get to his sound barrier quick. Might be why they're trying to poke out here on the right side. Yeah, they're trying to get as much damage as they can for both Boombox and Neptuno. They know they used a lot here. On paper, this is a fight the Valiant should win.
Indeed, they should. Now, can they work together and take advantage of it? We'll have the rally by Agilities to open things up. Escorting his team out onto the platform. Izayaki finds the kill on Poco to start. This is going to be a success for the Valiant, taking advantage of the ults.
So in the last fight, when they got grabbed in the corner, they just held. And Fate bailed out. He didn't use anything, so they were able to get an economic advantage. Now they have to be careful here. They're trying to press the issue.
Oh, buddy. They're going to contest. They're going to contest. Sound barrier's in. This is it. Sound barrier to open. We've got Trance on Boombox. Primal used on Sato as well. He's going to be looking to knock him off the side. Doesn't quite find the targets, though. Izayaki with the Trance will slow things down, but there's the big kill once again. Kuki the first to die.
I don't think Kuki's used a sound barrier yet this game. He's got it in his pocket, but it's back at spawn. Fate's still going to try to get back in here. But again, Philadelphia is going to have a Transcendence if they even need to use it. They don't. Poco's cleaning it all up. And that economic advantage the Valiant have just squandered.
Oh, buddy.
Last push.
Oh, buddy. Carpe now, he's going to have grab. They're not going to get through this door. That's it. 20 seconds on the clock for the Valiant. With the grab there, they don't even need to take the fight, Philly. Just throw the grab and let him sit there and watch as the point dwindles.
Carpe is going to be able to get to his Graviton passively. The only thing that could stop it would be a very good defense matrix, but Space tried with a big play. He was trying to get it baited out.
Yep, there it is. Nice attempt there by Space. Rinse and repeat, but Neptuno's the one to find 2 kills. There's the trade, though. Space, he may have done it. May have made it happen. May have made it possible here for the Valiant to find success on the first point in the home stretch.
Pick it up. They didn't need a whole lot more. They're able to pick up the point. I actually think this is what we need to see from the Valiant. One of the few bright spots for them throughout his entire career has been Space. I've been hyping up this guy since before he joined the Overwatch League. Now, I think he's had his wings clipped, to use the nomenclature here, because they expect him to always try to combo with Kariv. Now, this one is just pure creativity. He already tried the really cool creative Gravity, but when they're playing their best, it's when Space can just unleash himself, play his creative style, and open things up with that self-destruct, not trying to go for the big combos. Because honestly, they're not hitting their big combos anyway. Might as well let Space run wild.
No, the big combos are when they have just overwhelming ult superiority. Well, right now, as far as the Valiant are concerned, they will have agilities to kick this fight off. Rally is used. Sato getting top back up again here, but the grab on the side thrown in by Kariv. Is there going to be any follow-up here possible? Looks like finally they are able to get it done. The Valiant, the very end, will find all the kills. Poco the last alive here for Fusion, but that's not going to be for long, and they will succeed in picking up a second point. The Fusion now, they have to hold for 2 minutes 40.
Back against the wall, they just used Transcendence as well. Going to have a sound barrier coming up, as well as Carpe and EQO getting to their ultimates. 2.5 minutes on the clock. Space still has the self-destruct, and I think you just let him let it rip. Not now, of course, because he lost Kariv, but they're going to trade out. It's 5v5. Do they think those are good trades? Not anymore, they are.
Oh, buddy, he's hanging on by a thread. Sato, get the man some healing. Agility's not going to let him. But we will have a trade, and they are still making progress. This entire time while this battle is going on, there was a presence on the cart, so at least they got it through the choke point. Now it's stuck at the bend. And they got a little bit of time here on the Valiant side to recoup. 2 minutes on the clock.
Okay, but with Space sitting at self-destruct, I wonder if they just let it fly. I really think they've had their most success when Space plays unorthodox D.Va. He's just trying to be a playmaker for them, because other teams aren't expecting it. Philadelphia with a huge bank of ultimates, though. Looks like they want to get aggressive on it. They're trying to charge forward. Nope, a little bit of a bait. They're trying to bait out abilities from the Valiant. Now they're just going to fall back.
I mean, if you're Izayaki at this point, you're waiting for that Carpe grab to come in.
is hiding up top. They might just try to get really aggressive with a rally up top and a bash onto it. There's the back and ride.
Yep, there it is. The follow-up is in. The shatter perfectly timed on the Fusion side. Fate is gone. Trance has been used as well, and that's certainly them having to back off at this point. There's no surviving it, but that is some coordination there, Hex.
Really nice play. EQL went up there immediately when he noticed that no one from the Valiant was going to be able to spot him up there. Of course, we have the ability to see the outlines through the walls. But really nice play. Anytime you can win a 3-3 fight using only one ultimate, you take it.
Now, are you going to clean grab in here? Do we have anything? The agilities rally was there, trying to delay the inevitable, but Space gets demeched, and we lose Fate as well for the Valiant. And Philadelphia Fusion still have 4, nearly 5. Sato, he's just used his shatter, and he's already up to 93% again.
I kind of feel bad for Agility sometimes because a lot of his rallies just go unused. But he's forced to use these because a lot of times Kuki is not charging Sound Barrier fast enough, or it's Yaki has used Transcendence in a strange spot. So it's easy to look at Agilities and be like, he's not getting as much value out of his rallies as other people. But I think he's put in a bad spot in some of these situations where it's the only support ultimate they have. They got to try it.
Trying to use it. I mean, at least delayed it, gave them a chance, but as far as Philly are concerned now, they're working on a 6-pack. Carpe the only one left out of the party, but there's plenty to use here on the Fusion side. Should be a contest.
Oh, they were trying to get cheeky. They were going for his flank shatter, and they caught out the Reinhardt. Of course, a good bubble keeps him alive.
There's the grab. Shatter thrown out here by Sato. Sound barrier goes up as well, and there's Poco. Backline is dead for the Valiant. Izayaki dies with this trance unused as well. That's going to really make him sick. And it will be the Fusion holding in the end, denying the Valiant the 3rd point. That's next level.
That's some nightmare fuel for you.
Well, guys, we're going to be taking a quick break, and when we come back, we will see what they're capable of on the offense, the Philly Fusion. So here we have it, Hex. Los Angeles Valiant, 2 points after a very desperate fight on the first point of this map on Numbani. Philadelphia Fusion now, we're changing sides. They're going to be on the offense, and the Valiant will be on the defense. And let's see, I mean, if you're a fan of Poco, you're a fan of the Philly Fusion, this is what you expect.
This is how you get t-shirts made with your name on them. Nerf Poco, I've got one sitting in my closet right there. And the man has been throwing in self-destructs forever. And I mean, it is kind of tragic in the 3-3 that some of these divas are beholden to wait for grab, wait for shatter, wait for the knockback, because such creative angles. These guys spend hours on practice ranges trying to find angles and where to drop it and cool stuff. And we're seeing a little bit where both of these divas have just been unleashed.
Oh, they're both capable. Poco, you're right, made his name on it, though. The bombs inspired me to hit the bombs that I did.
Oh,
you know.
Bring it up.
Yep, there we go. You know, I approve, Hex, I approve.
Blind squirrel finds a nut, more than 7.
I found a whole lot of kills that day, actually. But let's get into it. It's Philly Fusion. They are going to be allowed out through the choke point. Already a more passive attempt at holding here from the Valiant. 1 tick picked up for the Fusion, and now Valiant decided it's time to go. Fate gonna get stunned immediately. He's dropped down to half. A good focus target here. Have to be careful with these Discord orbs, however. And Neptuno going to be the one to find the first kill in this fight. Fusion have taken the main tank out for the Valiant, but they've traded versus Sato. You lose space, though, and that could be a big deal, but Carpe goes down, and it's just out and out chaos.
Yeah, it's a bit of a brawl, but it will be a reset for Philadelphia in the end. And losing Boombox early really hurts. Now, earlier in the season when they didn't have Boombox, their numbers really struggled. They only won 39% of team fights. With Boombox, 56% of team fights. That's the impact that Boombox has on this Philadelphia team.
Just a hair over a coin flip. Fusion, got to bump those numbers up, but they're going to be working on it. That's certain. And now they do once again decide to go to the high ground here. Kariv holding that angle. He's got the edge, the advantage because he has that higher energy. Carpe, having died, is going to have to start back up at 0. And Fusion now kind of just being patient about this. Now they have the shield. D-Matrix there from Poco. Grab instantly thrown down. Excellent read from Kariv. Can he get the follows up, though? There's a great collapse coming in here from the Valiant, and they will succeed in rebuffing the attack.
All that cleave. Now, the Valiant are very comfortable on this map. Of this type of map, it's the only one they've won. They've won Numbani before, but everything else on this map type, not great. It's really interesting, though, that Philadelphia chose to run Sato on Reinhardt. Again, they're just better. They win more fights when he's on Winston, and this is a map that you've seen. You can run Winston on the offense. It's always been that way. This is actually a map that created the dive tank meta in a lot of ways because you have to get to high ground.
So many places to hold on the first point. You can see already changing up the positioning here from the Valiant, not willing to take the fight head on, instead playing off of their ult advantage. They've got 4 online. Fusion right now with the 3rd. Boombox has finally got trance. But yeah, you got to take this whole long way. This is perfect here from Sato, right? Yeah. Whole long way. Instead of just being able to leap up onto the high ground and take the fight to the Valiant, kind of has to dance onto the point. I
mean, they're going to be in good position. That bubble's down. There is no protection right now for an Earth Shatter. And there it goes. Shatter comes down. A nice bubble onto Fate is going to keep him alive.
And Space going to go for the self-destruct. Agility's trying to break that shield. It's not going to happen in time. Sound barrier thrown in now by Kuki here for the Valiant. They really are trying to win this fight now on the Valiant side. Nearly 2 ticks picked up for the Fusion. And now it's a question of who's going to crack first. The sound barrier thrown in by Neptuno, keeping his team up. No follow-up possible, and Carpe going to trade grab of his own, and that's going to lead to a kill on Fate to kick things off. Potential for a trade, but Carpe getting healed up.
Now the rally comes in too. Philadelphia's done a great job of staggering their support ultimates perfectly. Transcendence came first, Sound Barrier second. A late rally will secure it for them. Both teams threw everything they had at it. And it's going to be Philadelphia coming out on top. If they complete the map, they will take a 2-0 lead into halftime.
See if the Valiant decide to fight a bit earlier here on the second point. I mean, it is the name of the game is these corners here, these angles, trying to stop the payload, trying to hide behind Fate's shield, but
it's not there in time.
We saw how it worked out for the Fusion. They lost 1 fight. Yeah, I mean, this is still an earlier challenge than what we saw.
You can still initiate here, it'd be fine.
Yeah, Fate gonna lead the way. Bubble there to make sure that Kariv gets that energy, and Sato will fall in the end. Boombox gets sniped by Izayaki. That's perfect, and now a successful defense here for the Valiant.
Yeah, and if Izayaki continues to win these Zenyatta duels, it's going to mean very good things for the Valiant because, as I mentioned, Boombox is the heart and soul of this team, really, when it comes to damage dealing and fight win percentage. So if they can isolate him and take him out early, they're going to be in a good spot. Philadelphia has to wrap all the way around as the spawn hold was threatened, at least by Valiant, but they're just going to back up, hold their corners.
doing a good job of running time off this clock. 2 minutes now left for the Fusion. And the Fusion gently pacing their way forward. Predatory, almost. Grab goes in, and now we have Boombox immediately with the trance. The attempt for the shatter, not gonna happen. Sato is in on this as the self-destruct goes up. Nobody dies from it, though. And so far, trading tit for tat. Rallies are used on both sides. And this time the Poco, not gonna find a kill. An attempt at the stun, but he was able to get the shield up in time, Fate.
Yeah, it was just going to be a remake. He was in trouble there, so he had to get a self-destruct to call down a new mech. Sometimes you get a little bonus damage on it, not gonna be the case, but meanwhile, whilst this skirmish is happening, while this barroom brawl continues to throw stools at each other's back, Philadelphia's pushing the cart.
Yep, they're getting good progress here, nearly at the second point. Instantly backing up here as well as the Valiant try and poke forward. And now it's going to be the Hail Mary fight here for the Valiant. A minute left on the clock here for the Fusion. Can they stop them? Valiant with the sound barrier.
Got grab.
There's the grab, instantly thrown down on Kariv's side. They're getting brought into it, and there may be a follow-up here, and sure enough, it will be success here for the Valiant. 2 kills, and that's going to send the Fusion back to spawn. A delayed kill, yep, on Boombox. He was trying to throw himself off anyway.
Some nice patience displayed by the Valiant there to be able to hold out long enough for the sound barrier to start decaying so that you have an advantage so you can kill them through the Graviton Surge. And speaking of patience, this is a situation where Izyaki's still holding onto his Transcendence, so that's going to be useful when it comes in next because Carpe's got Graviton ready to go. 30 seconds remain, last good chance for Philadelphia to take the second checkpoint.
Now this is going to be it. Once again, standoff. Looking for a wrap, though. Wanting to get onto the payload itself. Agility's in danger of getting overwhelmed. Glad for his mobility there. He was able to get out of dodge. Neptuno and Boombox barely surviving, but they will get topped up. This is about finding that first opening here. Carpe hanging out on the edges, but he's so low on energy. He might as well be tickling.
He's not even trying to get energy right now. He's got to have a plan for it.
Yeah.
They're probably waiting for the engage on them first.
Oh, well, there we go. Right there. Up to 70. There's the grab on the payload. Looking for it. Izayaki decides that it's going to wear off, and there it is, the win here for the Philadelphia Fusion. Space, last one around for the Valiant along with Kuki. Both going to get cleaned up, and that will be a second point picked up for the Fusion. They're still in the running here to take the lead in this series, or extend it, rather.
I mean, patience goes the other way, too. Carpe not even using either of his shields to try to get energy, knowing he was going to use them reactionary, or to just jump in, get a giant burst of energy at once to follow up the grab. Really nice shield economy there.
Glad that we were able to catch it on screen. Well, now it's going to be the Fusion marching steadily forward. Shatter just thrown out there. No possible follow-up.
They had the Reinhardt picked up, just not quite the angle there.
Yeah, good spread there on the Valiant side, and now they gather up once again because they know there's no risk of grab getting thrown in here anytime soon. However, Kariv has his currently. Boombox going to use his trance now, and that's going to be Kariv. Nice stagger here. There should be a follow-up with the Shatter going, and the boom! All the kills here for the Valiant. That'll reset the fight. Now it's on the Fusion here. The big ults, however, well, we do have Trance about to come online here for the Valiant. But we don't have a grab, we don't have a Shatter, nor do we have a self-destruct. Philadelphia Fusion, however, in this next fight should be able to get all of those online.
It should be support ultimates and giving the Valiant the advantage. They should get all 3 online if Kuki lives through this early engagement. Meanwhile, EQO and Neptuno, the only hope for ultimates coming online. Carpe might get there. So Philadelphia would rather have a long, sustained fight here. The moment EQO gets his rally, I think he's going to slam it.
I agree. That'll be the big initiator trying to push forward. It may be possible. Fate trying to maintain that shield integrity, trying to hide in the corner here.
Patient. EQO's got it. There's the rally.
Yeah, there's the rally. Both rallies thrown out same time exactly. Space hanging on by a thread. Excellent timing from Izayaki. Keeps him alive, but that means that there's nothing to counter the grab that could come through unless Poco... I mean, this could be big. There it is, sure enough. Grab hidden, and Fate's gonna fall. Agility's gonna go next. Nothing there to protect them from the overwhelming damage. Space just darting in, trying to keep things alive here for the Valiant, but they're getting picked one after another. Kariv gonna be the next to go down. Izayaki's at the back. Last guy here is just a little bit of time bought, and that is going to be it. The Fusion in the end will find success. 2-0 in maps so far this series.
Don't forget the Fusion's got some rabid fans out there themselves, so a nice opening salvo for them.
Solid work, solid work. We're gonna take a quick break, guys, and when we come back, we will be getting to know a little bit about this man here, Josh Hutcherson. He's on your screen.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.